In Hypixel Skyblock, combat can be trained through a variety of means. For the most part, players try to gravitate towards two methods: dungeons and slayers. While most players tend to zero in on dungeons first, slayers are more XP oriented, and so that's where we'll be starting out. Our goal for this episode is to continue to push our combat level higher and higher, and work on getting some of the basic slayer setups so that we can utilize them for the higher level slayers and other parts of the game where they're useful, like Reaper armor. Another thing that we'll be focusing on in this episode is some minion upgrades. For a while now, we've been running a zombie minion, but after doing the math, it turns out that a T1 Revenant minion outproduces a zombie minion in Rotten Flesh and offers additional diamonds on top of that. So we'll be grinding out at least one, if not more than one Revenant minion, and at least one Tarantula minion too, so that we can start ramping up our enchanted string production. But that's not everything we're going to do in this video. Dungeons are a really important part of the progression of both a main account and an Ironman. And while the focus of this video is in no way going to be dungeons, we are going to be doing a little bit. The reason behind this is the Dreadlord Sword. Often referred to by me as the poor man's hype, the Dreadlord Sword is the best early game AoE mage weapon, and so we're really going to want to get our hands on that. In between these loftier goals, we'll also be focusing on the smaller stuff, like Ender Nodes, enchanting levels, and Crimson Isle reputations, as well as minion upgrades and minion fuels too. As always, I really appreciate the love and support that you guys have shown to my channel. It's been incredibly fun to make these Iron Man videos, and I have no intention of slowing down, let alone stopping. So I hope that you enjoy this video as much as you've enjoyed the other ones. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what your favorite part of the video was. All right, y'all, solid milestone here. We're doing a little messing around, doing T4 zombies with some friends. Shout out to the homies who are helping out with nuking these revs, getting building up this Revenant Flesh so I can make the Viscera eventually. But yeah, we just got Zombie Slayer 4, which gave us a 50 Skyblock XP and boom, pushed us over 70. So new emblem, obviously strength, health, all that stuff. But 70 Skyblock level in under 3 weeks on the account is a little bit nutty. Like that's kind of, we're definitely doing a smidgen of speed running of levels, especially considering that we're really not doing a lot of like getting carried through kata or any of the things that would provide the fast early XP. This is real, genuine grind XP, and so I think that we're gonna be on track to be Skyblock level 100 in the next couple videos. It's very funny that my hat just fell off my head mid-recording. Yo, all right, another big old milestone here. Zombie Slayer 5. This nets us some pretty good stuff. Obviously, the Rev Minion 1, we're going to make more of these because they're so good, but having just like even one of these is amazing. As I said in the intro, these guys outclass, a Revenant Minion 1 essentially outclasses a maxed out Revenant Minion. So these guys are amazing. They're really good. They drop 2 minimum Rotten Flesh, between 2 and 5 every 29 seconds at tier 1. A tier 12 zombie minion drops 1 every 13 seconds. So this is unequivocally better, even if you have pretty much the worst possible RNG on those Rotten Flesh drops. So that is what we have been searching for, and that is what we have found. We might continue on to Zombie Slayer 6, but we're at least going to continue to grind it out so we have enough Revenant Flesh to make all the Viscera that we will need eventually. Hey, good morning, y'all. So, wanted to give a little update because I've been doing an absolutely horrible job of recording clips lately. My PC has been having some troubles. My CPU is overheating. I've tried, many different things. I'm going to reapply some thermal paste today because I think I've sort of zeroed in on that being the issue. But God, if I haven't tried everything from, reseating the heatsink to creating a voltage optimization curve in the BIOS. Like, it's been so much. But regardless, I've still been able to play, which is nice, and stream a little bit after undervolting the CPU, so that's good. And we'll be either getting a new CPU or a new computer sometime, hopefully soon. So, but for now, it's not really affecting my gameplay anymore, which is nice. So we can talk a little bit about what I've done since I last recorded. So we have obviously done plenty of fishing from the last episode, but currently in this episode, we're using our strong dragon chestplate that we got doing dragons the other day. And we are farming slayers. Now, right now, we're taking a short break, obviously, to do ender nodes, and the reasoning behind that is multifold, right? We need obsidian for a tree cap, which is just going to take a long time because obsidian's much more rare. Not much more rare, but it's probably twice as rare from an ender node as endstone is. So we're about halfway to what we need for a tree cap, which isn't bad. I mean, it's progress for sure, and we'll do it passively as we need XP bottles and stuff. But yeah, since we're doing experimentation table and we're about to hit enchanting 50, hopefully within these next couple resets, that we need these bottles. I will be upgrading them into colossals just because we have enough bits to do it. And it is nice to not have to worry about farming these as often. It's a little bit annoying to have to stop basically every day and do ender nodes for like 30 minutes to try to get enough bottles. However, I know that once you join the mage faction, I believe in the Crimson Isles, you can buy XP bottles, which makes it a lot better. But yeah, so that's pretty much an update on things so far. We got our large combat sack, which is really nice. I mean, 20k capacity is so good. And then, you know, we've got the husbandry sack, all these various different things stacking up. We're continuing to work towards the enchanted large combat sack, but for those of you who are Ironman players or are familiar with collections, I need another 50k. So we have a Rev minion and a Terra minion cooking on the island right now. In fact, I can show that to you. And please don't laugh at my terrible Terra minion setup. I was too lazy to set up anything else. And yes, they can still get out sometimes. But we've got a Rev minion 4, and I think that's a Terra minion 3 in there. So these guys are cooking up plenty of rotten flesh, little diamonds too. So that is very nice. And yeah, we're holding on to our rotten flesh. Other than for the enchanted combat sack, we're going to be making I think it's called a zombie heart. And then upgrading it into a crystallized heart with enchanted diamonds. And that is going to be our first step towards unlocking an actually halfway decent Slayer setup. Like, we've got a Recluse Fang, or whatever it's called, the very intro. Yeah, the Recluse Fang, because this one's easier to craft for the most part than the Reaper Falchion. But once I get that crystallized heart or zombie heart or whatever it is you need for the Reaper Falchion, since we've already got the catalyst, we just go buy an undead sword, slap that together, and we'll get a start on our zombie Slayer setup. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at the moment. Not a lot of particularly interesting things have happened. I mean, we've been maintaining our skills pretty well across the board, but alchemy is going to be coming up probably next episode, I think, is how that's going to work out, just because Derpy's coming in May 1st. Today is April 26th. I think it's May 1st. Today's April 26th, so less than, 5 days until he is elected, so we will definitely be doing that ASAP. Prepping for that, I should say. So next episode will either be including Derpy or just have the prep for Derpy, but either way, we'll be working on this for sure. Okay, so we got another solid milestone coming in here. We've been getting a lot of just like random stuff, you know, throughout the episode, but that's taming 40, which feels like we got that fast as hell, but just because we're doing our enchanting, all our resets, all that good stuff. But there's enchanting 51, and we pulled the growth 6 off of that table, so that was actually dope. But most importantly, level 75 Skyblock level, upgrade to the Book of Progression, and extra infliction bonus. This is a huge. Okay, let me show you guys what this does. So for those of you who are not familiar, the Book of Progression is an upgrading accessory that as you reach certain milestones related to your Skyblock level, it increases its rarity, and it also adds new modifiers. Once you unlock this modifier, it simply is just like the best modifier that you can have, because it just straight up says when you deal damage, deal more damage, which is crazy. And then on top of that, it just gets better and better as your Skyblock level goes up. So it's only good for our damage numbers, and it's of course extra magical power because the accessory itself scales in rarity. So when I pop this thing back in, boom, extra 2 Skyblock XP. So this is a really good thing to get tiered up, and obviously we'll work on it over time. But yeah, that's several milestones in a row. There's not a whole lot to report on. I've just woken up for the morning. We just got a new cat yesterday, which is super exciting. If I'm not a terrible editor, I'll throw a picture of him up on the screen right now because he's a cutie. But yeah, we're going to continue to work on the basic goals that we've already had set out, Slayer, minions, etc. Another big one here, boys. We are doing some Revenant Slayer, stacking up the flesh and the foul flesh so that we can get access to the Forged Contact eventually. But we've got 8 Viscera, and you know what that means. We're going to make our way to our enchanted leather stack. Bada boom. And we must now produce the small Slayer sack. It's not anything super crazy, but once again, it saves room, it saves time, it saves all sorts of things. So I have absolutely zero issue with picking this up and getting my grubby hands on it. In fact, I will probably be upgrading this as soon as humanly possible, because it really does start to stack. I mean, look at this. This is from less than an hour of doing Arachne, and I have 832 tarantula webs. And so I feel like if we want to actually not have to deal with constant inventory management in Slayer, which can be frustrating because you need like enchanted flint to upgrade these or enchanted string to upgrade these. This Slayer sack is going to go a long way. So yeah, it's time to start working on the medium. All right, back with another milestone. It's just milestone after milestone today. This has been a pretty quick one. Zombie Slayer level 6. We have unlocked the ability to make a Reaper Falchion, a Wand of Restoration, a Revived Heart, and a Revenant Catalyst, all of which are going to be important for our grind. So that's pretty awesome. Skyblock level, all that good stuff. But yeah, there's Zombie 6. Essentially, we're going to hop over, do Terra 6, Wolf 6, and make sure we get that Dreadlord sword sometime soon, because that is going to be really nice for just general farming, especially when we get into worm fishing. Like, holy shit, I'm going to want something that's not just me having to one-by-one kill all the worms. All right, what up, YouTube? We are 10 seconds into an entrance run. Like, actually, fucking, is there any way that... Yeah, 38 seconds. 38 seconds, and that's after getting the recorder on. We've already got a Dreadlord sword. So now we actually have to get Cat of 3. So we're going to complete this entrance run. Hopefully that gets me Cat of 1, and then we'll do an F1 or 2. And then we'll be able to use this puppy. But holy shit, dude. Like, the first time that I ever farmed out a Dreadlord sword was on Bingo. And it took me, like... I mean, like 10 fucking runs of F1 or something like that. Like, I was running tons of entrance, and then I was like, maybe I can't get it in entrance, so I swapped to F1. It took so fucking long. So this dropping just like that, yeah, with the Scab 5 and all the enchantments on it too, yeah, that's gonna hit.
In this painful clip, Mr. Nitrix is about to try to kill 2 Arachne with his eyes closed.
Okay. Eyes closed. We're doing Arachne. I think he's this way. I probably hit him, knocked him over here. Okay, I can feel exactly where I am right now. I'm at the base of the north part of Arachne. So I'm going to turn this way and go forward where he's definitely over here. I got to orient towards the ground to make sure I'm hitting the minions on the floor that are around me. Because I know my ability to sense the enemy is so fucking powerful. That's the thing. That's the thing they didn't fucking prepare you for. Is that I don't even need to see. I don't need to. I'm like a blind samurai. I pull out my sword. Shing, whoosh. I probably just killed 1 spider in 1 blow, just like that. Let's see how we do. How am I always ending up in the wall, man? I didn't even hit him once, bro. Okay. Are we doing it, boys? I have no idea which direction I'm facing, but... There. I'm probably facing right towards Arachne's nest now, aren't I? Oh, shit. I actually don't know. Hold on. I'm not gonna look at the screen, but... Okay. I lost where my fingers needed to be. This ought to work. This, like, huge sweeping movement. I'm probably like moving across the entirety of the map right now, just like sweeping at everything. Eventually I have to hit something like this, right? Let's make sure we're going towards the floor where the minions would be. All right. Leaves Arachne's furrow. I'm absolutely owning this fucking wall. I cannot believe I'm like all the way out here. That's fucking crazy work. To other people, it must look like I'm macroing. Dude, maybe. It's okay, though, because I'm literally recording myself doing this. So if I get macro banned, I can just send this video into support. They'll have a good laugh, and then they'll be like, okay, we're probably... This guy's probably fine. All right, so we are going to do a quick detour to get into some Diana here because I want to get my Griffin pet up. I forgot how good it is. It just completely slipped my mind. So yeah, but here's Spider Slayer 6, so that's a cool thing to get done, and then we've got our medium Slayer sack recipe. So whenever I decide I hate myself and I want to grind out like an absurd amount of fucking enchanted flint, like, okay, 4 stacks of enchanted flint is horrible, but whenever I decide to do that, I'll be able to make the medium Slayer sack, which is great. Alright, well, after a decent amount of time here doing Diana, and by a decent amount of time, I just mean like a very boring, like 15 minutes, we got the base Griffin upgrade stone. Give this to our fella here, or maybe we have to take it to Kat and use that with her, but we are going to get this guy upgraded to uncommon now. I've been looking forward to this. He is one of the better pets in the game. early on, especially. I mean, giving strength, intelligence, crit chance, crit damage, and magic find plus access to Diana. And then also, we are getting our mythic Endermite back, which is pretty cool. I've been saving up a little bit of Ender stuff to sacrifice on the altar, and we'll continue to do that over time. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I guess Cat doesn't do it either. So I do have to use it on him, I assume, but he just doesn't want to take it. Take. Maybe I take more like Diana or something? Base component to upgrade his rarity. Oh, I see now. So you have to make a second one of these? Oh my god, I need 8 more feathers. Ugh. That's so stinky, dude. Okay, I see. So this is like a base item. Stinky. I don't want to do this. I know I should do it, but I don't want to. Oh, okay, 8 more feathers, 8 more feathers, 8 more feathers, 8 more feathers. We can do this, boys. I'm gonna raise no bitch. We can do this. Okay, after my previous boomer-brained blunder, let's see if we have what it takes to make this thing now. Nope, we need more enchanted gold, so I'll be right back with more gold. Alright, this definitely isn't my 3rd attempt making a uncommon Griffin upgrade stone. But we should now finally be able to get this gentleman upgraded. Hold on, hit that one too many times. There we go. Bam! Uncommon Griffin. Now we are going to get another common Griffin because I, of course, have been informed by my very helpful chat that one thing to remember about the Griffin is that as you tier it up, you're able to spawn more mobs from Diana, and those mobs can be pretty tough on an early game Ironman. So shout out to the chat for letting me know about that. Thank you very much, gang. But yeah, we've now got our grubby little mitts on an uncommon Griffin, which gives us the regeneration 5 and strength 7. I don't know if that comes with the God Pod already, but if it doesn't, woohoo, yay. If it does, whatever. We're mostly just after the stats on the Griffin anyway, and a little bit of pet score as well. So yeah, pretty nice. All right, this is going to be the last clip of the episode. I know this one is a bit shorter than the last one. Hoping to have the next one be a bit longer than this one, but specifically I wanted to get this out at a strategic time. So for those of you who don't know, in the upcoming election, there is a special candidate, a very special candidate. If we can get in here real quick. I always hate this warp thing. Here we go. Monsieur Derpy is ready to be elected, and so of course we're going to be voting for Derpy. Anybody who votes for anything other than Derpy is a crazy person, but I'm sure that there are guys out there who are like, oh hell yeah, let's vote Paul. But yeah, Derpy, for those of you who don't know, has some amazing perks. So 4 times taxes doesn't affect me, which is lovely because I am an Iron Man. But turbo minions having double the output is incredible. Monsters have double health, and you gain 50% more skill experience. So obviously things like Catacomb Slayer, etc., are going to be a little bit harder, but in exchange for all skills, you're getting 50% more skill experience and double minion output. Derpy is a huge deal, and so since he is coming, I want the next episode to essentially be the prep that we're going to do for Derpy, because we only have a little bit of time left before he comes in. We got 3 days and 9 hours until Derpy starts, and in that time, I want to farm out an unbelievable amount of sugarcane, as well as some other options for us to get some decent alchemy gains. The goal probably isn't going to be alchemy 50, but I would like to get at least like alchemy 30 or 40. I think we've got a good opportunity to push pretty hard here. I also would like to be able to get a sheep pet to do a majority of my alchemy, so obviously, considering the fact that we're not even close to a sheep pet at the moment, the majority of my alchemy will probably wait until I actually have that. But we'll see. Well, there's a lot of things that are currently kind of up in the air. But we've got some more minion slots unlocked, which means soon we'll be placing down more Revenant minions as well. Come in here. We are 9 enchanted rotten flesh away from being able to make a zombie heart. We'll then immediately crystallize it with the diamonds and use that to make another Revenant minion. Or I'm sorry, I don't think you need to crystallize it actually. For a Rev minion, you actually need... Yeah, okay, it is a crystallized heart. And then, of course, 60 or 80 Rev flesh. But we have tons of Rev flesh left over from the grind. We've got that small Slayer sack that we got this time, so obviously it's not in the inventory or whatever, but it's in here. So we are not too worried about the actual amount of flesh that it will take just getting that obnoxious heart. Revenant flesh, easy. Rotten flesh, not so much. It has been a grueling grind to get to this point, but holy moly, this Rev minion has helped. A lot of chatters in my stream told me that it's better to set up several Rev minions, just because of the sheer amount of rotten flesh that I will continue to need through all stages of the game. So definitely will be continuing to work on getting, I don't know, maybe 5 of them down for the meantime would be reasonable, but that's a lot of rotten flesh. So I might just let them sort of passively proliferate, if you know what I mean, produce the rotten flesh, turn it into a crystallized heart, new revenant minion, and then just kind of do that until I've got 5, then start focusing on other things. But yeah, that's a majority of what we're going to be doing in the next episode. Just really got to get that prep for Derpy, and we do want our minions to be as set up and juiced as possible for that double output. So we will probably be grinding out extra minion slots too. So yeah, next episode gonna be a little boring as we just go through and blast out a bunch of things that needed to be done anyway. But I think that we will be able to put it together in a fun way, and I'm gonna try to jam pack it with more fun stream clips like we did this time. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I absolutely adore making these videos and playing on this account. It has been nothing but the best. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love, all the kind comments that you guys show. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.